Petros now with the 12 carries for 78 yards, and normally lining up in the wing-back spot, they've moved him into the backfield, get him a little more lead blocking, and how about that, the leap over famous McKinnon.
Yeah, he's been excellent in this quarter, runs hard, runs with his pads low, and Justin Jr. came into the game with 750 yards and 14 touchdowns. And we talked about it at the top. You think you could take one guy away and they have two other ones. That's what makes Bolles so tough, and they fed him the last two series, but they need to finish this drive. And whether it takes Petros, Ravel, or Stewart, someone's got to step up and get them in the end zone on this drive to start the fourth quarter.
Bolles started this drive at their 41-yard line. So this is now officially the start of the fourth quarter. And the game's still in the balance, even though it's a 13-point Booker T. Washington lead. Bolles here is threatening. As we said all night, Brady, I don't think either team has really taken full control of this game.
It's still there for the taking, but Bolles must score a touchdown.
DJ Stewart runs into the middle of the line. Matthew Thomas there again, along with Kevon Caffey to make the tackle, but it's a pickup of 3 yards and a first down near the 20.
Well, the good thing about a two-score game as opposed to maybe 17 points or even a 21-point deficit, you can stay within your offense. You can, time, you got plenty of possessions still left in this game to win, but every one counts. And this is the second time they've been down this area. They've got to come away with some points.
On 1st and 10, this is Milton Ravel. Matthew Thomas making the tackle, but Ravel powered forward to the 13-yard line. First down.
Good run by Milton Ravel, the senior. Runs through a tackle, picks up a first down, and this is exactly what Corky Rogers wants to see out of his team to begin the fourth quarter.
Clock moving again with 11:20 left to go. Ravel again. This time Jefferson, the middle linebacker, got him around the ankles, took him down after a gain of 2 yards.
Matthew Thomas had 112 tackles this year coming in. If he gets an unassisted on that one, that'll be 15 for the night. I got to believe he'd get 15 any night if he wanted to. So he probably would have had 200 tackles. They probably took him out in the fourth quarter of some games, I would think.
I'm quite sure they did.
Goodness gracious.
Bolles at the 11-yard line.
If he'd have played like this in the first quarter, he might have 25 tackles.
Everybody in tight. Milton Ravel got a good lead block. Ravel still on his feet, gets down near the 6-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the first down carry.
You love the extra effort from the running backs. But the one thing you got to know, and I know Dexter Carter knows this better than anybody, and he's telling those kids on the sideline, haven't played in the NFL, Florida State, accomplished running back. When you make the second effort play, you've got to remember to put two hands on the football, because the other guys, while you're trying to get that extra yard or two, are trying to strip it out. That's where turnovers come, usually when a guy gets careless because he's trying to make extra effort. So you got to protect the football.
2nd and 5. Ravel again got good blocking and walks into the end zone for a touchdown for the Bolles Bulldogs. Ravel from 6 yards out, and we're now back to a one-score game.
Great drive by Bolles right there. I don't know how this is going to end up, but that's a championship drive to get back into this thing and get it to one score. And someone else does get it into the end zone for him.
Brooks Abbott on to attempt the extra point. Try to make this a 6-point game, and he does. 9:22 left to go. So Bolles with a 59-yard scoring drive. Milton Ravel picks up the touchdown from 6 yards out. Gets good blocking off the left side, and the Bolles Bulldogs are now back within one score. It's Booker T. Washington 25, the Bolles Bulldogs 29 in the state 4A championship game. Back in the fourth quarter, 9:58 left to go. The Bolles Bulldogs with the scoring drive covering 59 yards. That man Milton Ravel running it in from 6 yards out. And we have a 6-point ball game. 9 plays, 2 minutes, 19 seconds off the clock. Brooks Abbott set to kick it off. Famous McKinnon and Lamar Parker back to receive for the Tornadoes. Slipped on the kickoff. This will roll all the way through to famous McKinnon from his 12-yard line. Flag down on the return. And this will be coming back. Beg your pardon, that wasn't McKinnon. They made a change. Nigel Patton back there to return the kick. It's a block in the back against Booker T, so this will give them their worst field position of the night to start a drive. The last of 4 games in this opening weekend of the State High School Football Championships, and Brady will be back here next weekend with Todd Callis as we have the 5, 6, 7, and 8A games.
Block in the back. Return team.
Let's go down on the field, check in with Jessica Blaylock.
Well, Frank, I don't know if you've ever had a chance to go to the Bolles campus, but if you have, you'll know that the elementary, the middle school, and the high school are all located together. And earlier this week, one of the 4th grade teachers who has a son on the Bolles football team called Coach Rogers to ask if some of the seniors could come over. And how about this, when the seniors got there, the 4th grade class was dressed like each one of them, and Corky Rogers' grandson was there, and he dressed up like him. I think he had a sweater on and everything. So a nice little honor from the 4th grade class for this Bolles football team. Guys.
Thanks very much. Von Ballard on the carry, picks up 2 yards. Zach Ashurian made the tackle. Justin Ackerman of Bolles went off the field holding his right elbow. 2nd and 8 for Booker T. Harris stepping up in the pocket, throws across the middle, complete at the 30-yard line. Larry Mathis making the catch, and he'll have a first down out to the 34. Pickup of 23.
That play was Robert Griffin III, RG3-esque. Guy hanging on him, keeping your eyes down the field, staying with the receiver and getting yourself out of bad field position. Great play by Treon Harris.
1st and 10 Tornadoes. Harris takes the snap, hands to Ballard. Gets 2 yards out to the 36-yard line. Will Zerzo, backup defensive lineman, making the tackle. 2nd and 8 for Booker T. Clock moving with 8:45 to go in this State 4A championship game. Harris designed run. Again, Zerzo makes the tackle after a gain of 4. It'll bring up a big 3rd and about 5.
And that's a good stop right there by Bolles, because we talked about this formation. The trips open, 3 receivers to one side, 1 to the other. There you see Zerzo making the play. But the reason it's so tough is the numbers are in your favor offensively if the quarterback keeps the ball, because there's 6 in the box and you have 6 guys blocking for you. But that time, no running room for Harris.
Harris looking to throw. Pump fakes. Under pressure, comes back this way, fires it complete to the 43-yard line. Flag down as the catch was made by Nicholas Norris, who immediately took a big hit, but looks like a holding penalty against Booker T.
Rob Kelly, the senior defensive back, lowered the boom on that hit, but let's see if we can find the holding. He's got plenty of time. There you see it, 77, they call it on him. The big left tackle, Danny Arzu, but look at that hit right there from Rob Kelly.
Pads popping here in the 4A title game.
It's a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. Anybody's game right now. And you got to be able to overcome penalties and turnovers. And this is a huge holding penalty on Booker T.
3rd and 20 for the Tornadoes. Harris, pass tipped and still nearly caught by Devon Ballard, but it falls incomplete.
Well, if Ballard doesn't go for it, it gets intercepted. So at least I don't think the pass was intended for Ballard. But Max Tejada got one of his big paws on it up front. Ballard knocked it down after that, and a score and a stop by Bolles, and they're going to get a chance. With the football only down 6.
Malcolm Brown to kick. Milton Ravel stands at his 45. Kick out near midfield. Again, takes a good bounce for the Tornadoes. And that's about as good a net as they could expect. It falls dead at the 42-yard line of the Bulldogs. High school football finals continue next Friday with the National High School Football Game of the Week. Tune in to Sun Sports at 1 o'clock to find out who will take home the Florida Class 5A title. McCullough, fresh off a thrilling 3-overtime victory against Pasco, will face off against Miami Norland and Duke Johnson. Miami Norland repping the 305, by the way. That's Friday at 1 o'clock on Sun Sports, where Florida sports fans live.
Duke is back. The Vikings, right?
That's the Vikings. 357 yards rushing on 27 carries in the state semifinal win for the Norland Vikings.
Those are Ackerman numbers.
From the 42 on the draw, and Ravel just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Good defensive work by Booker T there. Terrell Everett, the cornerback, crashing down.
Well, it's been a while since Bolles has been within one score. Remember, Booker T got that early score in the third quarter to make it a 2-score game, and Bolles has closed it to 6. They've got their hands on the ball in the fourth quarter.
And Brady, for the first time on the opening weekend of the state championships, we have some fourth quarter drama. Peters to throw. Out to the right side, incomplete. Short hop Jeff May. McKinnon there on the coverage along with Everett.
Well, I've been impressed with Colby Peters. That wasn't one of his best throws, but he's probably better off that he didn't get it there because the coverage was tight. But Colby Peters, I've spent a lot of time talking about Treon Harris. I think he's going to be special, but Peters, just a junior for Bolles, not only has gained some valuable experience this year and getting his team to a championship game and in position to win, but he's gotten better, and that's the thing. Remember, this is a kid that didn't play football last year, was really thinking about giving it up, and now he's one scoring drive away from being a state championship quarterback.
Now be alert, both quarterbacks, Peters 14 and Chase Roberts 13, are in the game. Handoff on the draw. DJ Stewart, he'll pick up 9 yards. It'll bring up 4th and 1.
Wow, that was and it was nearly a first down run, and what a gutsy call right there by Bolles. Caught Booker T off guard. They were in a 2 tight end set, but they were able to run the ball out of it and nearly pick up a first down, and he looks like he's going to roll the dice and go for it. Now remember, if your defense is yelling at the defensive coordinators, they're yelling at the coach or their players to make sure you don't jump off sides. I saw very involved in that defensive call right now.
Stewart and Ravel in the eye behind Peters. Trying to use the hard count, and we have a flag on the far side of the field.
Well, that was before they even got going. They may have lined up in the neutral zone.
Part of the snap, encroachment.
Horrible penalty.
Defense.
I hate that penalty.
Results in a
Not
first
even
down.
lined up yet. I don't like that penalty,
No.
but it doesn't matter. I'm not a rules official. I mean, I couldn't change it anyway. I complained about it for 11 years now, and
Nobody's listened?
nobody's.
Apparently.
You have. You've had
I listen
to.
all the
You're
time.
forced to listen. I mean, let them get lined up. It's not
Yeah.
like they hit anybody.
No, exactly right. I agree. I'm with you 100%
It's
on
a
this.
short yardage play.
1st and 10. Ravel puts his head down into the pile, picks up 1.5 yards. Matthew Thomas in there again for Booker T, helped out by Tyrone Robinson, 52. And just for the record, that's not one of the ones I got wrong on the test.
Well, there's John Heck. He's down. You don't want to lose him late in the fourth quarter. Yeah, well, you got more than one wrong if you scored 90, partner.
You are not going to let that go, are you?
Hopefully Heck is all right. You can't go long without him at right tackle. And he's huge.
Yeah, and you see the knee braces, which a lot of offensive linemen wear now as a preventative measure.